I've actually had to start this again today because the gimbal has not been my friend. I always record some gimbal in case I decide to get up and walk around. And for some reason I'm in love with gimbals, even though I don't use it that much. I really want to use a gimbal. I think it's because I love the idea of vlogging, so I want to get used to using a gimbal. And yesterday I was watching a video about how to walk with a gimbal. That's the exciting life I lead. That, and I spring cleaned the kitchen as well at home because it just looked filthy to my eyes. Anyway, welcome to Monday. Mini rant over. We've got a few things to talk about. As you know, I love photography. London is my happy place. Now, I'm a bit concerned and worried because this week looks like it's going to be grey and drab all week. I don't think the weather forecast has changed. And it's plenty bright enough, and of course, we're about to get longer days as well, when the clocks go forward here in the UK. But slate grey skies look pretty crap in any picture. And yes, you can change the picture in change the sky in Lightroom, but it never looks quite as good. It's better if it's just enhancing it. So anyway, I don't know what's going to happen about that. But last week I went up to London on Wednesday, got some really good shots, and was really happy with those shots. And every day I retouch a photo, and then the first place it goes is onto the Lightroom community page. It's just where photographers hang out and post their pictures, and you can tick a box so they can remix them as well. It's just a fun place to you just see what other people are doing, see what the fashions are, see what the styles are. And I opened up Lightroom yesterday to begin editing, and on the homepage there was one of my photos. It was the More London look-up shot I did last week. Really pleased with it. It was a lovely shot. I did have blue sky that day and it looked really good for it. So that was a nice little film. It doesn't pay anything. Adobe don't pay you anything. You get a lot more eyes on your photo and hopefully more followers. And then I'm keep on hoping that somebody at some point will see my work and decide to pay me for it. That's my dream. So that was a nice little start. I did actually make a purely Insta story about that yesterday and added Lightroom just to thank them for it as well. So that was a nice little kind of start to Sunday. And then I know George commented on the video. Well, I looked on the comments this morning and George said about promotion. So let's talk promotion, shall we? There was a video I posted a couple of weeks ago called the M4 iPad Pro, Why It Now Makes Sense. It kind of did okay. It got about 6,000 odd views and then stopped. So I thought, let's promote that one. So I've spent £100 on it. And if I go into, and YouTube want you to do this, you get loads of banner headings at the top of your YouTube studio page saying why not promote videos. So they clearly want you to do it. You can go for different things. You can go for video views, and audience growth is what I've gone for. Now, I did one on the iPhone 16e's hidden features last June. Oh no, I did one with the iPhone talking about how to get ProRes photography, video work and so on. I did that. That was in November of last year. And I spent £100 on that one, £99.86. It got 480,000 impressions and gave me 16,000 views and got 3,500 subscribers out of it. So I've done the same with this new iPad one. So watch that video and see how it performs. It's the one with sort of the pinkish thumbnail. You'll see it. It's only a couple of weeks old. So far it's had 2,945 impressions, 49 views and 31 subs. At the moment the channel is sitting at 33,604. So I've done the promotion. I know it's not money I've got at the moment, but I figured 100 quid is worth spending to try and promote the video, and it's all for this vanity metrics as well. So when sponsors look at the channel, they're seeing action, they're seeing growth, it looks big, and also I can say to them, well, you know, you missed your chance to pay me that rate when I was smaller, now I'm X size, you know, all of that matters. I'm seeing other creators are getting sponsored work. I've had some, I expect to be doing this earlier than I am. It's 12:30. And I thought I'd get around to this earlier, but it was actually some emails to respond to. Nothing brilliant. It was one of those really bloody annoying ones where somebody emailed me last week. I can't even remember what it was for now. Honestly, I can't. So I have this basic couple of paragraphs I have typed out that I just copy and paste, send that back to them with my media pack on as well. So it says all my dedicated video rates, my integrated video rates, what I would write for, how much will that cost, gives them all the deals. And then they came back and said, yeah, we'd like to do a collaboration video where you get commission. And it's like, no, I'm not working on commission only because it's a product that's not going to sell, to be honest with you. No matter who you are, it's not going to sell. It's not that interesting. I haven't done a commission only video since I was underneath 10,000 subs. I'm not suddenly going to go backwards and start doing content like that. No. So I was quite, I think I actually said, that's quite insulting. There is a lot of dancing that goes on. People who try their luck, you know, it's all this kind of merry dance you have to do, but I wasn't taking that. Hollyland have come back to me and changed who my point of contact is there now, so I'm now dealing with somebody else. I'm going off to the photo and video show at Birmingham. I need to look at the trains this week. I probably will drive. I think it'd be cheaper and easier for me to drive. I'm going to look at the train because obviously I'll be in train stations. You know I love taking pictures of train stations. and I'll be able to work on the train as well. So I'll look at the train, but if it's more expensive, I will drive. I think it's about 2 hours from where I live, just over 2 hours maybe. I've got that coming up, and Hollyland are there, Canada there, and Hollyland are there. Unfortunately, I was hoping that DJ Ronin might have been there to make my gimbal, but unfortunately they're not. DJI, but I thought they would be there. They're a big company, but anyway, they're not. So I've sort of suggested to Hollyland, why don't I go up there, pick up some gear from the stand there, and begin using it. So I'm hopeful that might come off. There was a new contact from Ugreen got in touch with me last week, I think I mentioned to you, from the US side, so I've been chasing up with her today, and also I know something will happen with Espresso. We've put together some ideas, I gave them some ideas, I'm just waiting for them to come back to me now. They're normally okay, they normally give me a little bit of budget to work with. They were one of my first outings last year. I went to Battersea with them, if you remember. They paid for me to have enough budget for me to stay at Battersea and use their displays on a mobile situation, and we get on really, really well, as you know. So there's those little irons in the fire, so that all sort of put me back a bit. Did today's photo, which was of London Bridge Tube Station, a lovely cylindrical tunnel that I found. It's beautiful, really appealed to my symmetrical side. Then the guys here downstairs, the architects, I was talking to them about possible ideas I could be doing with them for video work. They just launched their website. They use the same website designer that I use. I put them in touch with them, and they've done a really nice job. And I was saying, look, you need content now. You need regular content. Because my website's getting 50,000 views a month, so it's growing, and there's constant traffic on it, but that's because there's something being posted to it virtually every single day, because my Instagram feed goes on there as well, so even when I do a photo, there's something new on there for people to look at. So I've done promotion, so watch that video and let's see how it goes. Last week's video, it started off as a 1 out of 10 immediately, then dipped, and now it's picking up again. It's because you can get to see how many people are viewing it in live time. So in the last 48 hours it's had 1,888 views, and in the last 60 minutes it's had 21 views. It's gave me 6 subs, and there's only £7.25. And if you want a joke, I can probably tell you what my AdSense revenue is due to be at the moment. Hold on, let me go to it and I'll see if I can find it for you. Bear with. Right, so my YouTube studio is just loading up on the iPad. Actually, I know I need to look at something else. I need to go somewhere else to look at this. Right, earning. At the moment, my earnings for the month are due to be £233.82. That will land with me. That's sort of from mid-Feb to mid-March, and it'll land me at the end of March. So, and mediums money landed this morning, and it was £200, which is dismally poor. But anyway, the change. So I will continue to vlog this week because I think it's quite important. The channel will take time just to be found, so I'm going to do it. Make sure you let people know. I enjoy sitting, recording, and doing this for you. And if it's the kind of content you'd like me to carry on doing, I'm more than happy to fit it into my day. And it hasn't taken off. We're still at only 19 subs. It's a very select little band. But if there's anything you want me to talk about this week, just mention it, and I will get around to it. I promise you. And the changes. Nothing really has changed in my head. There are definitely changes happening, and my thoughts are that either I can stand still and get left behind and cry my beer and wonder why things aren't getting better, or I can try and change and go with the flow and be better. And I know I'm a better creator. I know that I'm speaking much more naturally to camera now on the main videos, and even this, I know that some people couldn't sit and just pick up the camera and talk for 10 minutes. That luckily is one of my strengths, which what I do is quite fortunate. So that's why I want to carry on doing this, because you never know, the vlog thing might just get caught on. I'd love to vlog around London, and I will do that in time. One day when I'm up there, we'll just vlog and walk and talk and, you know, bring you into that part of my day in life as well. So I'm happy with myself that I'm changing. I'm happy that I'm not just sitting still. I am trying to initiate a change. If nothing comes of it, then at least I know I've done all I can. And I'm honestly working 7-day weeks at the moment. I worked all weekend. I had a design job as well, but either design or content, I've been working all weekend. I'm going to record this week's story is done. It just needs another couple of proofreads. I'm a stickler for proofreading, can never do it enough. And what I tend to do is put it up on my website on a Tuesday now, and on Substack. Substack, I think I mentioned to you, I just do that because it finds other grammatical areas that no other platform does. Even though I'm still using Grammarly, it's just different in Substack for some reason. So I can't use that as a last proofing base. Then it goes on my website, and then the day after, generally I send it through to Mac O'Clock. I've only had that one feature this year, a boost this year from them, and that didn't do anything anyway. So I haven't looked at the figures for the moment, but I'm thinking it's going to still be pretty poor. Where's medium? me just refresh the page. Go to my stats in there. Last week's story has had 1,000 presentations and only 100 views, which is ridiculously low. So everything's flat still there. But as I say, and the earnings a month are really low, $55 at the moment. So, but at least I'm trying to change. At least I'm trying to do things to make the channel better, make myself better. And my gut feeling is at the back end of this, something good will come from it. I think I will be a better product. I think the channel will be a better product. And this afternoon I'm going to record the main video, and the main video is, don't tell anybody else, is going to be Apple, the affordable ecosystem, because I've worked out you can, for £1,500, buy yourself an iPhone 17e, a MacBook Neo and an iPad mini, and you've got a complete ecosystem for 1,500 quid, which I think is an interesting little video to make a subject about. My 17e lands this week. I'll probably show it in this week's video, but I'm going to actually use it up in London. I think what I'll do, that will be almost a vlog style video. I'm going to spend a day with it, using it for sat-nav when I'm walking around London, using it for watching content on the train going up. Just use the phone, properly use the phone, and see how I get on with it, and if I feel any restrictions, see what the camera's like, see what the video's like. And I think that'd be quite useful and fun to do up in town. Even if the weather's a bit crap, at least it gives me an excuse to go to town. Shoot some of that in, well, that'd be probably next week actually. That'd be next week's video. And hopefully we'll get some better weather by then. So that's kind of the plan and the days ahead of me today. So nothing's really changed, still no money coming in. I've told you all of my earnings, so you can know that it's not exactly rich pickings at the moment. I don't know what other content creators find. Like I've seen that there's still, they're getting people to work with them and they're getting collaborations. I don't know what rates they're charging. I don't know if they had to drop their rates. I saw Daniel put up a sit-stand desk video today on Insta. I don't know if he's had to drop his rates to get there, but you know, those channels are 100 plus. My thing is, okay, I'm not 100 plus, but my rates reflect I'm not 100 plus. You want to go with those 100 plus channels, you're going to be paying a lot more. And I know roughly what they're charging, and it's more than 3 times what I charge. So, you know, I know my rates are around about right. And people were paying this money last year. So, you know, I don't know where things have gone so wrong. But let's hope those other sponsors begin to come through. You're going to love to work with, Espresso I'd love to work with, and Hollyland I'd love to work with. I'm really looking forward to the video and photo show this week at NEC. But anyway, we'll be speaking before then. I'll let you be. That's kind of Monday in a wrap. Time for me to get another coffee and then begin making script points. For the, in case what you wonder what I do, I'll go through, I'll just write bullet points. And I tend to have the iPad in my hand, as you know now, and then I will just look it down, check that I'm making all the points, doing the ABC, beginning, middle, end. But I think it could be quite an interesting talking point. And it's not that I've got much product to show, it's really, if anything, I'll probably be using screen recordings from Apple's website, but just showing that it doesn't have to be as expensive as you think to be part of the Apple ecosystem. So that's the rest of my Monday. Let's get this cutting up then, shall we? I'll speak to you Tuesday. See ya. Bye-bye.